What is going on, guys? DBG here, and 2K just announced a new pack. Yep, they just announced the new League Leaders pack, which is coming into NBA 2K18 MyTEAM tomorrow. So they actually had the opening night pack, which had a lot of hype. There was a serious amount of hype about the opening night pack, mainly because of that Michael Jordan card and the fact that there was a pullable Ruby Larry Bird. There was a Kevin Durant card. There was a Vince Carter card that was basically the exact same as the Sapphire card. Like, Vince Carter was literally basically the exact same as Sapphire. There was a Hakeem Olajuwon card. There was a Paul Pierce card who could dunk. There was a few good goal cards. Like, Larry Hughes was a great goal card as well. So there was so many great cards in that collection. So there was a lot of hype about it. The League Leaders pack, not so much. So this pack again has one pullable Ruby. It has 4 pullable Sapphires. It has 3 pullable Emeralds by the look of it. Yep, 3 pullable Emeralds, and it also has 2 pullable Golds. And it has a collection reward, which could well be one of the better collection rewards so far. But at the same time, there's a big reason why I would probably dodge completing this collection. So first of all, I'm going to go over the gold cards. First up is Daquan Cook, the 3-point specialist. Surprisingly enough, he seems to be a 57 overall gold. Yes, 57 overall gold. I don't know how correct this is, but in the picture 2K tweeted out, he's a 57 overall gold card. And I was like, oh, maybe it's just supposed to be 75. No, it's not 75 either. So I'm guessing 77. I'm guessing he's a 77 overall. It says here, obviously, Cook is a 3-point specialist. He won the 3-point contest, nearly 10 years ago right now, and he will have a very high open shot 3 rating. But they said the same thing about Dennis Scott, and he only had an open shot 3 of 89. So Daquan Cook will probably have an open shot 3 of somewhere around between 85 and 90, which isn't that good, to be honest. Like, it's mostly about releases, especially because online is on pro difficulty. Like, if you have a great release and a 75 shot 3 and you have a terrible release would have like a 90 shot 3, the 75 shot 3 player is going to shoot better because of the release. Until the difficulty gets spiked up, the 3-point rating itself doesn't make that much of a difference. And Daquan Cook isn't an exceptional dunker, or wasn't anyway. Wasn't particularly athletic, not particularly tall for a 2-guard, and there's not going to be much hype about this card. We have to see how he's going to be like, because obviously we don't know his stats. His stats could end up being really good, and we don't know yet. But the thing is, it's not likely that his stats are going to be incredible, so I highly doubt that it's going to be that good a card. But again, if it's like 800 MT and it can shoot and has a nice release, it'll probably be worth picking up. Next, we've got Fred Hoiberg. Fred Hoiberg, I think his card last year was very poor. He had a gold card, I think. Even though he is coaching the Bulls, he led the league in 3-point percentage for a season. He probably, again, will have somewhere around a 93-point shot, but isn't very athletic, isn't going to be a good defender, not going to be the quickest, not going to have the best ball handling, and he's going to rely solely on one thing, and it's 3-point shooting. But I really can't see this card being any good. While it could be a good budget option, it could play alright in game. With the fact that the salary cap is now so high, there's very little reason to use a player like this when I assume players like George Hill are still going to be the best golds in the game. So really, these 2 golds, I don't have much really like faith that they're going to be good. Last week I thought the golds were going to be great, and they were quite good. This week, to be honest, they don't look anything special. Now we have got the 3 emerald cards. So these emerald cards are nowhere near as good as the MJ, the KD, the Vince Carter, or the Cephalosha from last week. But we just never know the stats. First of all is Andrew Bogut. Bogut made the All-NBA 3rd team in 2010, and he also led the league in blocks per game. Why is he an emerald? Why is Andrew Bogut, in a year we was considered the 3rd best center in the NBA, only an emerald? Come on, like, if you have any excuse to give Andrew Bogut a higher rated card, you gotta give it to him for this. Like, he made the All-NBA 3rd team. And in 2010, that was back when Dwight was in his prime, when Pau Gasol was still great, even though he played a lot at the 4, to be honest. And Marcus Gasol was just coming into himself. There was also centers like Andrew Bynum who were really good. There was a lot of really good centers, and he was considered the 3rd best center in the NBA. And I can guarantee you will probably see a 2010 Dwight Howard, even though obviously Dwight was all NBA 1st team. We're going to see a 2010 Dwight Howard that'll be a diamond. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see a 2010 of another center that ends up being like a diamond or an amethyst, even though 2010 Andrew Bogut is only an emerald. But rant over. I'm ranting about Andrew Bogut. Either way, this card's going to have a high block rating, it'll have a high rebound rating, and he's going to be almost exactly the same as gold, so unless he's really cheap, there's no point picking him up. Then there's Joe Johnson, who led the league in minutes per game when he was in Phoenix. I didn't know that at all. Why did the Suns let him go then? But yeah, so he's going to have a decent enough card. I don't know how his release is this year. If his release is as poor as it has been the past few years, I can't see him being that good. But his Emerald card was alright last year. At a high 3-point rating, he's going to be a lot more athletic than any of the current Joe Johnsons we're going to see on the market. He could be a really, really nice card. He's going to have a good 3-point shot. He's going to have a decent mid-range shot. He's going to have a good free throw. He's going to be able to attack the basket. And overall, it's just going to be a good card. Yeah, Joe Johnson is going to be a good card. Next, we have got the guy who, as far as I know, replaced Joe Johnson in Atlanta as the starting shooting guard, and it's Kyle Korver. It says here, Kyle Korver led the league in free throw percentage, and that's why he has the card. Surely they could have given Kyle Korver a card for one of the years he led the NBA in 3-point percentage, especially when he was with the Utah Jazz, when he literally broke the record for 3-point percentage. But it's looking like 2K are going to give this Kyle Korver a card. They're going to give him like a 98 free throw, and he's going to maybe scrape the 90 mark in 3-point shot. It was looking like they don't want to give an extremely overpowered shooting Kyle Korver card out straight away. Because obviously they could do that, but it would be like incredibly cheese, and it doesn't seem that 2K want to do that. They want you to keep spending money on packs, and if a Kyle Korver comes out with like a 96 rated 3, even if there is an Amethyst card who does have way better overall stats, if the 3-point stats are the same, they know people are going to say, oh, I'll just use the Emerald because Kyle Korver, he does the same thing. So I think this card is actually going to have a low 3-point rating, and don't be surprised if you see it with a 90 or below 3-point shot, even though it is Kyle Korver. So now we are on to the 4 Sapphire cards. First of all is Jose Calderon, and Jose Calderon will probably have a 99 free throw because it was the year he shot like 98% from the line and broke the record for free throw percentage. He's also going to have probably a 95 plus 3-point shot because his Sapphire card last year had a 97, so I think he probably will have around a 95 3-point shot. Actually, wait, sorry. This is a Detroit Pistons Jose Calderon card. Jose Calderon shot less than 90% from the line with the Detroit Pistons. Like, I know he broke the record, but that was in 2008-2009 with the Raptors. So I don't know what this card's going to be. He didn't even play half a season with the Pistons. Why is he getting a Pistons card? Obviously, they're going to probably give him a Ruby card for the Raptors, but that's a very weird one. Then there is Dennis Rodman. It says Dennis Rodman will rebound for you, and that's all he's going to do. It's probably going to be a Spurs. Yeah, it's a Spurs card. It's going to be almost like a Sapphire last year. And yeah, he's literally just going to be a rebounder, not going to be able to shoot the ball, and going to be a very average card in 2K, in terms of 2K anyway. Next is Michael Ray Richardson. So Michael Ray Richardson led the league in steals per game and was a good all-around player in everything except shooting. Don't forget about that. Like, he's going to have about a 50 shot 3. His Sapphire card last year was great, but the reason why it's so good was because it came out around Christmas and was about 1.5 to 2k MT. The thing is with this Michael Ray Richardson, it comes out in a time when Sapphire cards are really expensive, and he's going to be about 10 to 15k MT, and he's not going to be worth it. This card straight up is not going to be worth picking up unless he has this 3-point shot like his Emerald did last year. He's going to be a great defender, great slasher, but the shooting is going to really harm him. Even though he is a 6'5" point guard, he's going to struggle a lot in games. So it's going to be, yeah, he's not going to be a card that's going to, I think it'll be that good to pick up. The one Sapphire card that I genuinely think could be amazing is Michael Finley. Michael Finley's gold is unbelievable. His Emerald is one of the best Emeralds in the game. And I think that this Sapphire could honestly have 85 plus 3-point shot. It could have a 95 plus dunk with 100 dunk tendencies. It's going to be fast. He's going to have a good mid-range shot, good free throw. He's going to probably have 86 plus ball handling, considering that his gold is 82. So this card could genuinely be one of the best Sapphires in the game. So of all the cards I'm excited for, this is the only one in this collection that I think could be extremely good. Like, this card, I think, could be the best Sapphire card we've seen in my team so far. Obviously, I think I'd say Eddie Jones, probably, maybe Paul Pierce, T-Mac. There's a lot of good Sapphires, but I think Finley could possibly be the best, especially if he does have 86 plus ball control, and he could be an absolute beast in-game. Now we're on to the Rubies. There's one Ruby, and it's Bob Cousy. I'm going to say this right now, this is going to be the worst Ruby in the game. The thing is with Bob Cousy is every year he has a ton of cards, and they're always the lowest price at their tier. For a while, he was one of the lowest priced diamonds in 2K17. In 2K16, he was the cheapest diamond. In 2K16, he also was the cheapest amethyst. And in 2K17, there was a while where he was the cheapest amethyst until like they started giving them out for nothing in the playoffs. He was extremely cheap. So Bob Cousy's always plays below his ratings, and this is a card I definitely wouldn't suggest to pick up. And now we're on to the reward, who actually is going to be really good. It's Baron Davis, and it's his New Orleans Hornets card. The thing is with Baron Davis, the fact that this is a ruby means I have a feeling that they're going to wait until the playoffs to give him a diamond card. He will 100% get a diamond Golden State Warriors card. That's inevitable. But yeah, so he's already got an emerald, a sapphire, and a ruby. His emerald with his duo with Ron Artest is actually better than the sapphire, and that's not exceptional. I've used it. It's really good, but there are a lot of better sapphire cards in the game. And it's an expensive enough sapphire. Like, I can't see how his ruby's much better. Like, his ruby will have a higher dunk rating, but sapphire already has a great dunk rating. His sapphire is already incredibly fast. So, in the things that matter in 2K, I can't see how this ruby is going to be that much better than sapphire. And as we know, the sapphire is already in the game, about 30k MT. And even if this collection is cheap, will still be at least 100k MT to complete. So, probably not the best option to pick up. So anyway, that's the video. This is the least hyped I've been for a collection in a while, but you just never know with these players how their stats are going to be, because you guys remember I was really annoyed about Dave the Busher being in the Beast collection last year, and it turned out it was the best amethyst in the game, so you just never know. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.